Alright, so this is our load screen. Alright, quick play. Alright, I'm going to pick this guy. I'm going to do Sting. Do Kurt. And we're going to play in Orlando. Now, we're going to choose Orlando for this demo here, but we do have several other venues that we're not going to show you tonight. Those venues are part of our story mode. And as we go through the story mode, you will unlock new venues to fight in for the game. Another thing is that we are going to try to establish a cinematic quality to our game that will match the Tna production for their show. We're going to try to do the same angles on a lot of the shots, a lot of the same effects and what have you. And I think that we'll just give that value.
Welcome back to Tna Impact, folks.
How long have we been waiting? Gameplay. Before we get started, let me just do this here. That's in there. I'm going to show you something that I'm pretty proud of. Our art team is just so good. And look at just kind of the quality of these characters here. I'm going to free cam mode. If I don't make you vomit from my camera movement here, you can see just the detail on the faces, the sweat dripping down, the textures on the skin. Same thing with Kurt. Now, this is due to the fact that Tna allows us access to all their wrestlers. We're able to take photographs of them up close. Actual photographs of their skin, their bodies, their shapes, and what have you. They allow us to have access to get 3D scans of all their heads, which we then shaped to be just like what their head scans were like. So you can see the movements, and the characters look phenomenal because of it. Phenomenal. And then the ring as well. Those blood splotches are actually on the ring at Tna Orlando studio, and we thought that it just added that element of realism. Now, one thing I want to point out is, one thing we pride ourselves on at Midway is responsiveness for our controls. When you throw a punch, something happens immediately. You throw a kick, it happens immediately. And, the impacts feel good. Yeah, kick them. Yeah, it feels good to kick Kurt, especially Kurt. Joke, he was here to kill me. He goes on the ground, kick him. I'm not kick him up yet. If I kick him in the gut, he reacts to his gut. Kick him in the face, reacts to his face, so on and so forth. I can also pick him up and do some moves to him here. I can, let's do a little punch there, grab him and do a little suplex to him. And I'm not done with you yet. And get you, not yet. A little drum kick there. Take one more for the road. Now, one thing that Tna is known for is for its high-flying moves and its combination moves. Actually, let me hit the combos first. When you attack guys, we base our attacks on punches, on kicks, and on grabs, but you can combine them together to get a series of combination attacks. So I'll sit here and kick him, and again, not everybody, you're going to see everybody doing the moves that you see him doing here, but it could happen. And then also, we have reversals. So if I attack Scott the same way, and he anticipates it, and if he were good enough, he'd be able to counter my attack, and reverse it, and turn around. Man, a bad camera angle there. But you can see the different camera angles and stuff help add dramatic, cinematic qualities to the game. Now, Tna is also big on high-flying moves, rope spring attacks, and moves off the turnbuckle. In this case, I'll do one where I bounce off, do a little moonsault. And then also turnbuckle attacks. If I come up on the turnbuckles here, give a little kick to the ground there. And the high-flying moves are really important in Tna. We want to make sure we do enough of them. However, they are risky and dangerous for the step. One thing I want to point out also is the environment, the stadium, the look of the game in general. Our tech team is doing a great job, I think, at getting our game to look next gen. The depth of field in the crowd, the fog, the amount of characters that are out there in the crowd, and also just the lights scanning across them. one more thing is these ropes. Like when you hit the guy up against the ropes, the rope physics are pretty sharp. When you hit the guy, looks good. And if Scott would be kind enough to get out of the ring for me, you, sir. Also, the lights outside projecting on the characters as well as on the crowd and everything. So I just think that looks awesome. It's something you don't see in other games. Another thing, I could go out and climb through the ropes and go attack Scott, but it'd be much better to just go barrel roll. Who does Sting with nickel with that? It'd be you. Okay. These guys are proud of the motion capture there. And so, yeah, you can battle it out here. We're going to have hot spots, of course, in the outside area where you can take guys' heads, slam them against the rails or against the post, the corner post, and what have you. Of course, you can also do a plethora of moves and attacks to guys outside of the ring. Just keep beating up Scott a little bit. Oh, you wish. He's trying to do something tricky there. Counter being nice. Jump in. Again, acrobatic moves are a big part of TNA. And Scott, why don't you show a couple of acrobatic moves so that you don't feel so bad after you go up here. Nice. Next one. Nice. Do one more, Scott.
Here he goes.
Nice. You guys recognize those? Anybody? You got it again? All right.
What's some Irish whips?
Yeah. So of course, grabbing the guy, throwing him into the ropes, and then being able to attack him off of that. But my favorite is taking him, whipping him into the turnbuckles where he belongs. You can smack him, hit him again, and of course, if you want to get him off there, get him off. Now, the proof is in the pudding. I can sit here and be up on Scott all night long, and it's perfectly happy to do that. It is fun. But let's finish it off, put him out of his misery, and I'll get you guys. So you guys can put your hands in the sticks. Now, mini game associated with the pins, if Scott were good enough, he could have kicked out of that, but since he's not very good at video games, he wasn't able to do it. That's part of the script too, but aside from that, again, the winning move here wins the match.